All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge alongside the athlete professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. Season 6, episode 29, I believe, presented by MyBookie. In the depths of the NHL playoffs right now, round 2, NBA playoffs, round 2. Head to mybookie.ag, use promo code AAS, get a free $500 bet on your first bet, and if you lose, you get a bounce back token so you can try it all over again. I streamed last week. It did not do so hot in the Habs game. I picked the first period, did well. After that, didn't win one. NBA picks have been off as well. Lakers are down 2-0 now in the second round to OKC. Not great. But if you think you can pick better than me and Zach, head to mybookie.ag and use our promo code AAS. Free $500 bet. Test your luck. And if you lose, bounce back token. Zach, where should we start? We're in round 2. Draft lottery was just this week. Let's start with that, and then we can get into playoffs and world championships. But Toronto Maple Leafs get the number 1 overall pick in the NHL draft. What are your thoughts on that? And do you think McKenna is the clear-cut first overall pick?
Oh man, you get an exciting time of the year. Playoffs is going on, and somehow the biggest story always comes back to the Leafs. You know, their new GM. All of a sudden, the second day on the job for the new GM and Matt Sundin, they get gifted the first overall pick in a potentially, everybody's saying, rigged lottery. So what a day for Leafs fans, for Chaika and Sundin, and probably Gavin McKenna. I'm thinking he's gonna end up in the biggest market in the world for hockey.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Hopefully, there's still a there's still a chance that they don't take him. But I mean, if I were Gavin McKenna, and I know this isn't the NBA, but I would just be like, I do not want to play for the Leafs. Please don't draft me. San Jose's got second pick. I want to go win a cup with Celebrini. Just pick Stenberg. You have Nylander. You already have one Swede. You may as well take another one.
Both are good options for him. At least he's going somewhere where he has good line mates to play with.
Yeah.
If he gets to play with Celebrini or Matthews, that's a pretty good option. It's way better than what most first overall picks have to play with. You look at Bedard the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So for them to go to a team that's not that far removed from being a playoff team, I think that it could work out for him. But yeah, there's a lot of cameras, a lot of eyeballs, and the media is going to be all over you for the next few years anyways.
Do you think Matthews is staying in Toronto, though? Because I'm hearing rumors that he might not even be sticking around.
I think he'll stick around. Especially with the first overall pick coming in. But we'll see how he feels. He's probably a little upset with how the season went, and Marner kind of getting shipped out of town. He probably didn't love seeing that, and now Marner's getting hat tricks in the playoffs, and all of a sudden he's a stud for Team Canada, and pretty crazy how things have changed in Toronto. But I could definitely see him 50-50 on whether he's going to stay or move.
Yeah, if I were Matthews, I'd be like, get me out of here, dude. He's been there for so long.
Especially with the whole Chaika situation. And
yeah.
I'm sure he knows a lot about it, being from Arizona, but knows more than us.
Yeah, Chaika being the new GM in Toronto, just didn't make sense to me at all. Sundin makes sense as a face, just attached to the position or to whoever came in, but I feel like there were 20 experienced GMs available, and probably some that actually have maybe NCAA experience or are successful in major junior or something besides a guy who has been banned from the league for the last 6 years.
Banned from the league and selling Frosties at Wendy's.
Yeah, I feel like the options were there.
But they're all saying that they really wanted an analytics guy. He's got his own analytics company, and it's funny. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they had their analytics guy in Dubas, and they still ran him out of town. So we'll see. We'll see. He gets a second opportunity for Chaika, and I think everybody deserves kind of a second chance. He had a rough go in Arizona, and probably was strapped pretty good with budgets there and stuff. But he'll have
True.
every opportunity to redeem himself here in Toronto. But there's going to be a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure on him. Do you think McKenna is the consensus first overall pick, though? Because I'm seeing that people are saying Stenberg could be a safer pick just because of how he's played already at a pro level in a high level league in Sweden. And McKenna, I mean, people act like McKenna scored 0 points in the first half of the NCAA season. Like, he was still over a point per game as a 17-year-old. We talked about it, and then he lit it up in the second half after World Juniors. But uh, yeah, do you think Stenberg or McKenna is the consensus first overall pick, or do you think there's a chance that they could look to Stenberg?
Depends what the Leafs are looking at. I mean, if you want more of a two-way guy, I think Stenberg's probably the guy. But it is kind of interesting with Sundin there having a Swedish background.
Yeah,
Maybe they could lean towards that way. But if you're the analytics guy, you're looking at potential, you're looking at the offense. I think McKenna's got the highest upside, and he's always been a playmaker. He's probably not the greatest defensively, but that's why he's on the wing. He's probably going to play with Matthews. Matthews is a pretty solid two-way guy. So I would, if you really don't want McKenna and you want like a D or something, maybe try and trade down or make some kind of move for that first overall pick. But I think Toronto fans want to see McKenna. It'll definitely guarantee, the next 5 to 7 years probably that your arena is going to be sold out. Everybody wants to watch a guy like McKenna, and um, I think you'd be kind of crazy as a scout and a team not to pick him.
I was gonna say, do you think there's a chance that they take like a guy like Verhoff at D with already having Nylander and Matthews up top, and they need a defenseman too.
They definitely need D, but yeah, I'd think that they'd probably trade down if that was the case. But like even San Jose at the second pick, they kind of need D as well. They got a lot of young stud forwards, and so even they could trade down too. So the draft is going to be interesting. I'm happy for San Jose. I'm super
Yeah,
pumped that they get another high draft pick, considering how close they were to making the playoffs this year, and that'll just help them even more.
yeah, I would love to see McKenna go to San Jose.
Could happen.
I didn't think San Jose had a good shot at even getting him. I didn't think they were going to get that high of a lottery pick. If you're a Canucks fan, you definitely think you got hosed there. Blackhawks
Oh
kind of got
man,
hosed there. Like,
even Boston kind of got hosed for Toronto to move down that far. I mean, that's it could have worked out better for Boston if they got the sixth overall pick, but now they have to wait for their pick.
it was a weird lottery, man. I was
Do
happy
you
it
think it's
wasn't like.
rigged? Everybody's saying it's rigged.
I mean, I think it's silly how they do it. Like the number combinations or whatever. Like if you're giving someone a whatever percentage, just put their fucking logo on a ball and draw
Yeah,
it. I mean, I
that
don't
would
know.
make more sense. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they used to do, and that people were like, "Oh, it's rigged," so they did this to try to prove that it wasn't rigged. But I feel like it's just a weirder way to do it. Like, there's got to be a better way to do the draft lottery.
And there was no suspense really. Like it was just like the first draw is for the first overall pick, and
Yeah,
like all of a sudden it's like, oh, and then you're like waiting for the second pick too. It's like they could have done it a better way, I think. But
yeah.
I
They're like,
guess
"Oh,
that's
it's like 15 seconds," and then now Bettman would be like, "Draw" or whatever. I'm like, "What? Okay, just fucking
dude.
draw the balls. Like, just pop them out."
Just tell us the fifth overall pick, the fourth, the third, the second, and then everybody waits for that first overall pick. It'd be
Yeah,
way more exciting that way.
I like that they did the first overall pick first because I think
Yeah,
I don't know, just I feel like if you draw the other ones, then you're like, oh,
you kind of know.
you kind of know. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I get what you're saying about it being more suspenseful or being a little bit more exciting too. I feel like there's just a better way to do it. Malhotra is seems to be the consensus third overall pick. Like you kind of called that a couple weeks ago as he was moving up in the rankings, eh?
Yeah, I'm surprised considering like the year that he had last year was not great, and then he comes over to the OHL and lights it up, and now he's basically the top center available. So, and he's a good two-way guy. It seems like everybody wants him. I think that'd be a good pick for Vancouver. I mean, Malhotra, his dad, I think, is coaching in the organization in the minors in Abbotsford, and had a little ties there. But we'll see where he ends up, and then you got some good D, and I think it's what is it, Reed and Verhoff or the D.
Yeah.
They're kind of the high end guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Verhoff lands because he was kind of at the start of the season. It was everyone was saying McKenna or Verhoff, and now he's kind of dropped down to. I've seen him as low as like 6, 7.
Yeah, he was pretty quiet at the World Juniors. I mean, it's a tough tournament for a young guy like that. But then
Yeah,
even under 18s, I think they lost out in the quarters or semis. They didn't even win a medal. So
yeah,
not
crazy.
great for Team Canada this year in Olympics, World Juniors, under 18s, not able to win, a medal is pretty crazy.
The U18 was weird to me because I looked at the winner. I was like, oh, I wonder who medaled it. I was like, holy fuck, Canada wasn't even in there at all. Like, it's just a tough year for
They usually
Canada.
always medal in the under
Yeah,
18s, but I think Sweden won it this year.
yeah. And who did? Oh no, I was thinking of. I saw a video yesterday of France in the World Championships, like 1A or something like that. They won bronze and they didn't even stay on the ice for their medals. They're like, this,
Yeah,
we're out.
they were choked. I don't know what happened, but it looks like Kazakhstan's moving up to the top division next year.
Oh, nice.
So World Championships coming up soon in Switzerland.
I mean, I'm looking at this ESPN ranking right now, and it has it's got Verhoff at 7, but they also have Malhotra at 9. So I mean, you can't really look at ESPN when they're talking about hockey because these American sites have
Yeah,
no clue what they're talking about. But I think they had Stenberg at 2 or at 1 as well. And then you've got what is this one? This one's Craig Button, which is interesting. He's got McKenna at 1. Then he's got Carroll's and Reed, and then he's got Stenberg at 4, and then Verhoff
really.
at 5, and then he's got like Malhotra all the way down to 11. Like, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a top 10 for sure. Maybe even top five.
Where is it? Like, yeah, this one's got him at 13. I don't know where. Yeah, it's the rankings are all over the place. Besides McKenna, I think all of them have McKenna at 1 now. But
It's too bad he's not playing in the World Championships. I really wanted to sit. They he was rumored to go in the beginning, and now he's just focusing on the draft. So
yeah, which doesn't make sense to me. I feel like going to World Championships, playing against pro guys and playing with pro guys is better for your draft than just working out like focused on the combine. Like you've done the combine and as you've had 25 years professionally now it seems. So like how important is the combine do you think in today's day and age? Like to me it
I
doesn't seem
mean,
like it's
yeah, especially if you're a first overall pick, like I mean, you're only going to be talking to what, like maybe two teams, maybe three at the most. And then the workouts, like who cares about the workouts? Like
yeah.
Sam Bennett couldn't even do a pull up, and look at how good of a player he is. So he was like a top 3 pick or top 4 pick. So I don't know. It's the combine, and I'm sure it's just an excuse for McKenna to be getting stronger in the gym, and um, you don't really want to go to the Worlds and hurt your draft stock in any way. So maybe
True.
that's kind of what him and his agent are thinking.
But maybe he does want to. I mean, maybe he wants to go there and be like, hey, I don't really want to play in Toronto, but I want to go play with Celebrini and show San Jose that we can play
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Go have a tough tournament, and should have did that. Then he's playing with Celebrini.
Bedard's not going either. Like, it's another weird thing. Bedard's like, yeah, I'm going to focus on my injury or whatever. I was told not to go. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like he's
that one really
been healed
surprises
for a
me.
while.
But then, like, I think John Tavares is gone, Ryan O'Reilly, like a lot of these older guys that
Yeah.
like basically they have no chance of making the Olympics, in 4 years. So like it makes sense for Shifley and some of these other guys that didn't get picked at the Olympics to and Celebrini's going. He wants to be back on the Olympic team. So I don't know. It's weird. Bedard should be there, and so should McKenna, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Bedard had the excuse, I guess, of injury, but I feel like he's been playing for how long? Like, how hurt is he? Like,
Yeah, that's
just weird to
true.
me. Like, this is the second year that he's kind of bailed on world championships, and I feel like if he did play last year, he would have had a better shot at going to the Olympics, even with his injury after he started the year so good. So I don't know.
Yeah, and he would have had a chance to play with me in the pre-tournament.
Exactly. Maybe they would have got a win. Maybe they wouldn't have brought Nate, and you guys would have won gold.
Exactly. They wouldn't have lost in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Speaking of worlds, we talked about it last week. You said you weren't going for pre-tournament this year, but they announced the pre-tournament roster now. And what are your thoughts on it? You mentioned a couple guys that are going like Barzell and Tavares and Shifley. I see a couple other guys that are going we obviously mentioned Celebrini, but Darnell Nurse is going, Evan Bouchard's going, Dylan Cousins is
Yeah,
going.
I like seeing Bouchard there. I think this is his time to really show how good he can be for Team Canada after the year that he had, and not even getting a chance at the Olympics. He didn't even make the top three for the Norris Trophy. I thought for sure getting 95 points or 97 points. The next closest guy had like 81 points, and normally you automatically get nominated for top three, and he's not even in there. So I think it's Orensky and Makar and is it one other guy that's in there, but pretty crazy. Bouchard isn't nominated.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think he's that good defensively.
There's a lot of media members that hate him for that. I think because I mean you look at Eric Carlson, he had 100 points and he's not that great defensively, but he still got nominated. I don't
Yeah.
know if he won that year. I think he might have won that year, but
Deline is the other one, the third one. Deline, Makar, and Wierenski.
oh
Like, I
yeah,
feel
and
like,
yeah, nobody was even talking about Rasmus Dahlin
no.
even being in the mix. So kind of a surprising one there.
I think Quinn Hughes is more of a snub than Bouchard, to be honest.
You think? Yeah, maybe.
But then again, I also just am not a fan of Bouchard. Like,
What
I
do you think
feel,
of the goalies for Team Canada? Kind of surprising. They went pretty young, I think. And then Ken Talbot, he's kind of the older guy that they're. But I think they brought an NCAA guy and
yeah,
um,
Greaves.
another guy that I never heard too much about.
Yeah, Greaves in Columbus, I guess. I've never really haven't heard too much about him either. Talbot, I guess good for Talbot, gets another shot at international gameplay.
Yeah, he's like 2 years older than I am. He's getting up there.
Yeah, and then Team USA, what do we got on Team USA? Cooley,
Like their roster didn't look that great. They
Matt,
took a lot of younger guys, college guys.
Matthew Kachuk going though, like that's pretty cool to see. James Haggins is going.
Yeah.
Ryan Leonard, yeah, a lot of Riker Lee, a lot of younger guys, like you said. Coronado from the Flames is going. See if he can get a step going for next year. But Joseph Woll in net.
I saw Sasha Barkov's playing for Finland. He hasn't played any hockey this year, so that'll be
Oh wow,
his first couple games. Good for him.
yeah, that's nice to see him back on the ice. Man, Florida sure missed him this year.
Big time.
Should we chat some playoffs here before we get out of here?
Yeah, a little bit of playoffs. Big win for the Habs last night.
Yeah,
1-1 in the series now.
1-1 in the series. Yeah, they crushed Buffalo last night, man. They were all over them.
But Caulfield still can't buy one.
Can't buy one.
I don't think he has a 5-on-5 goal yet in the playoffs. And he had 51 in the regular season.
He had one or two good opportunities. He finally got like a full power shot off, which was the first time I feel like in a couple of games that he actually got a clean shot. I think it went
Hit the
post.
crossbar pretty hard.
Yeah, crossbar. Just and
On the
you
power
could
play.
see it on his face. He's like, "Holy fuck, can I just get one here?" Like, just put it in the net. Like, just even if they weren't up four, I guess the last one Suzuki had the empty net, but But it would be nice just to give
Yeah,
Caulfield that. Just put it in the net and see if you can get something going. But
they're really trying to look for him like on 2-on-1s, and
yeah,
but I think the the big dogs are kind of struggling for both teams. Like Tage Thompson, he's really struggling. Bad turnover on one
yeah,
of the goals, and it's the third or fourth line guys like Doc and Newhook and all these guys that are really lighting it up and playing well. Like you look at Benson, he had
Benson's
another
playing
goal
well.
last night.
I was just gonna mention him too. Like he's all over the place. He's in guys' faces, in scrums. He's hitting guys. He got another goal. That's his third goal, his 6th point of the playoffs. He's doing well. But
He's
yeah,
in there chirping Dobis after he scores.
yeah,
It's pretty good. And then the linesman like was telling him to pipe down or getting in his way. It's like
yeah.
let him do his thing. I love it.
Yeah, I think there was something that happened before there. Like they were going at it before the goal too. I think they were like, you gotta chill out on the goalie a little bit maybe. But yeah, these big dogs. Imagine if Montreal. I think we mentioned it last week. Like imagine if Montreal had Caulfield going, 51 goals for
Oh
in the
man,
regular season. Like they would be throttling through the second round.
they're going back to Montreal though. They got the
Yep.
split, so pretty good in that tough barn. I couldn't believe how loud it was in Buffalo after they scored that first goal by Benson. So
Yeah.
it'll help them going back, and if Caulfield can get on the board and their top line can get going, I think your prediction might be right for them going to the Cup final.
Maybe we'll see. They still got a long way to go. Buffalo's no slouch, and I mean, you look at what happened in the Ducks series. Ducks tied the series up too, and then Game 3 last night just got pumped again by Vegas, 6-2. So, I mean, they were up
Yeah,
4-0, 5-0 most of the game. And I texted Cutter's dad again. I was like, man, they just need something to go in. Like they need some ozone control here. And the Ducks power play that was so good against Edmonton in the first round is non-existent in the second round. It doesn't help that Vegas has only let in 1 goal, I think, in all their PKs in playoffs so far. So you had the strongest power play of playoffs coming into this game, and the best penalty kill, and the penalty kill is wiping the floor with them.
yeah. I think they were 0 for 9 the first 2 games. I don't know what they were last night, but
They were
pretty
over.
tough considering how good they were against Edmonton on the power play. But the power play can be tricky with that sometimes. It's if teams are changing their schemes a little bit and you get a super hot goalie and the confidence is down. But I think the Ducks will be okay. They might rebound next game.
They need to. Losing 6-2 at home is not fun.
Not great. And then you got Carolina. I guess the Habs, if they get by Buffalo, they're going to probably have to play Carolina. They're up
Yeah.
3-0 in the series, so they're
Yeah.
looking pretty strong. 7-0 in the playoffs.
And you look at just I've been given Zegras. I've been pumping his tires for a few weeks, and all year I've been pumping his tires, and then last game you can just see him like he was just struggling, man. I mean, he got a really nice goal, but just not great, not smart plays on the ice. I think he's just trying to do too much. He's turning the puck over. You saw Talkie giving it to him on the bench right before he scored that goal, and then there was a clip that came out of him in the back in the locker room of him kind of pouting. And I mean, you can make the argument like, yeah, you shouldn't be happy. You're down 4-0 or 4-1 or whatever going into the third, or 3-1 going into the third. But I mean, that looked like, I guess they were down 2-1 going into the third. I apologize, but he was kind of pouting, and I don't know what he said. Someone looked like someone said something to him, and if you're a lip reader, some people were saying he looks like he's like, oh, I don't really care, blah blah blah, whatever. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that between periods looking like that?
Yeah, I think body language is everything, especially when a team has you and they kind of know they're probably looking at them like, oh, we got these guys. Going into the third period, it's game over already and series over. I mean, they're up 3-0, but I do like the way Zegras responded to Taka giving it to him on the bench, gets a big goal. But yeah, you can't give anything to the opposing team, especially when the cameras are on you all the time.
Going down 3-0 in the series, I think I wanted Philly to win this series just because they were a young team, and I thought they were doing well, especially how they came out against Pittsburgh. But you said it last round too, I think. Like, Carolina is a significantly tougher opponent than Pittsburgh was, and
Yeah.
just like how Philly was up 3-0 in that series, now they're down 3-0 just as quickly against Carolina.
Yeah, it's been a tough last few games for them. I mean, even near the end of that series in Pittsburgh, they weren't playing the best. So
Yeah.
if they can somehow win one game at a time and try and claw back. But yeah, the two top teams right now, in my opinion, are looking like Colorado and Carolina. What do you think of the Colorado series? Think
Col-
Minnesota has a chance?
I don't know, man. I think that first game was probably Minnesota's. I mean, that first game was crazy. And then
9-6.
yeah, like that was everyone's comparing it to when the Flames played the Oilers a few years ago in that first round or second round,
Oh yeah,
whatever
I remember
that first game.
that game. That was great, great, great hockey.
Um,
Battle of Alberta.
yeah, and then Colorado just came back game two and kind of took it to them again. So we'll see tonight. They're playing tonight at 7:00 Mountain Time, 9:00 Eastern, and the Flyers are playing tonight at 4:00 Mountain Time, 6:00 Eastern. So we could very well have our first our first elimination of the second round already, and Colorado could be poised to take have a stranglehold in the series as well.
Yeah,
What are your final thoughts on these series here?
I'm liking my prediction with Carolina and
I'm liking your prediction now too.
Avs in the finals, but we'll see how Montreal comes along here.
Yeah, that'll be a test for Montreal if they can get by Buffalo here going against Carolina for sure.
Yeah, it's a good series.
Anything else before we get out of here?
No, I think that's good.
All right, I'll be live streaming the game tomorrow. Habs Buffalo, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.